Come close, dear listener. Let the hum of the world fall quiet. Let your breath rise and fall like soft waves under a silver moon. Because tonight we enter a tale not of gold or garlands, but of stolen voices, fierce love, and the light that rises after the longest night. This is not a tale of monsters, but of pride. And, the power of compassion when it dares to lift its bow. Long ago, in the far reaches of the east, there ruled a king named Narakasura. He was born of the earth. Bhudevi, the goddess of the land herself, had once blessed him, and for a time he was noble and wise. But power, when fed too long without kindness, grows hungry, and Narakasura forgot where he came from. He began to conquer. He stormed peaceful kingdoms and burned cities. He mocked the gods and laughed at dharma, the sacred path of righteousness. Worst of all, he captured 16,000 princesses, wise, gentle daughters of kings and sages, and locked them away in his palace, high upon the mountain of Pragjyotisha. They wept, they prayed, and the earth herself trembled at what her own son had become. The cries of those imprisoned girls echoed across heaven and earth. Even the gods turned their faces in sorrow, and then a voice rose, not angry, not loud, but clear as a conch blown at dawn. Krishna. He heard the pain. He felt the weight of it settle on his soul like armor, and beside him stood his queen, Satyabhama. Her eyes flashed like firelight. Not just a princess, not just a bride, but a warrior with a lioness heart. "Let me come with you," she said. Krishna looked at her and smiled. "Not as a shadow, not behind me. You will ride beside me. This battle belongs to us both." The sky was still dark when they rode out. Their chariot, drawn by Garuda, the mighty eagle, cut through the clouds like a blade of light. Satyabhama stood tall, her bow gleaming. Krishna's eyes were calm, the stillness of oceans that have seen every storm. Demons rose to stop them, soldiers of Narakasura, breathing fire, wearing thunder. But Krishna's discus whirled through the sky like a storm of light. Satyabhama's arrows flew like truth itself, fast, fierce, unstoppable, and nothing could stand in their way. Finally, they reached Narakasura's fortress. Tall as a mountain, cold as pride, and there he was, Naraka surrounded by fire, draped in stolen power. He laughed when he saw Krishna. "So the cowherd king comes at last," he sneered, "with his wife no less." Krishna said nothing, but his silence thundered louder than war drums. The battle began. Sparks flew, steel clashed. Thunder shook the skies as divine and demonic forces collided. And then an arrow struck Krishna. He fell. For a breath the world held still. But Satyabhama did not cry out. She did not weep. She rose. She lifted her bow with hands steady as truth, and with a heart filled with fury, not for herself, but for every girl, every voice Narakasura had tried to bury. She fired. Her arrow struck true. The demon fell, and the earth sighed. Krishna stood once more, whole and smiling. The wound had been a test, a chance for Satyabhama's light to rise. Together they walked into the prison halls of Naraka's palace. The 16,000 girls stared at them, eyes wide, hearts caught between fear and hope. Krishna knelt. "You are not impure," he said softly. "You are not shamed. What was done to you is not who you are. You are light," and he freed them, every single one. The day Narakasura fell became known as Naraka Chaturdashi. The next morning, the people of the land lit tiny oil lamps, diyas, to celebrate the end of darkness. And to this day, on the night before Diwali, we light those same lamps to remember that no shadow lasts forever, and that even in the darkest times the light may ride in a golden chariot. So now, dear one, let your heart grow still. Let this story flicker gently inside you like a lamp in a quiet room. And remember, justice does not always roar. Sometimes it stands silently beside love, draws an arrow and says, "No more." And that's when the world changes. Good night.